I'll remember now. I don't have anything written down. I may have just heard it in the episode.
I think it's 26.
Maybe.
26 Hammer?
Yeah, at the latest.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Natty 19 podcast. The voice you are hearing is that of Jonathan Marshall, and I'm joined by the rest of the Natty 19 crew, Charlie, Christy Lee, Mr. James Swain, and the elusive K-Way.
What's good?
If you've been enjoying our story and you want to support us, we do have a Patreon with various support tiers. You can also rate and review us on iTunes if that's easier for you. Those things help us out a bunch. Also, you could join us on Facebook and say hi. Tell us what you think about Zavril. I don't know.
That's right. So that's right. We just had a...
He's a sexy bastard.
We just had a piece of artwork done for us by a fan, Justice Cat, from Justice Cat Media, and he gave us a picture of Zavril Dawn Tracker, and I liked it. I thought it looked pretty good. It's an action shot of Zavril dual-wielding whips.
Ooh.
Watch him whip.
Yeah, and he takes commissions, so go ahead and check him out. Look for him on Twitter, at JusticeCat4. That's at JusticeCat 4. And you can find him on Facebook at Justice Cat Media.
And right now, I think he's working on a Cappy.
Yep, he's working on Kapernicus Heart. We've got more for him. We've got commissions for him.
Excellent.
So check him out.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm excited about what's happening with this adventure right now. So I'd like to get into it. Let's bring the music in and begin episode 97 of the Natty 19 podcast.
Are we going to have a party for 100?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Dance off, pants off?
Yeah.
What kind of party are we talking about?
Record a episode as the party progresses. It'll be terrible.
Will that be the name of it?
Yeah. As the party progresses.
97. That's how many nights I've hung out with you guys.
Yeah.
More than that if you count BTSs and shit like that. Fiascos.
Where's my life gone?
I didn't see myself here 10 years ago.
I was thinking about that with the editing. I was like, how many hours have I spent just editing? How many days of my life straight, you know?
Well, we're coming up on 2 years on this adventure.
We are.
We got
It's
to be
definitely the longest one I've
Yeah,
experienced.
definitely.
Yeah, isn't it
dedication.
awesome?
We're getting close, though, right? We
Yeah.
got to be getting close. What do you think?
Might be another year. We
If it's going to be another year, I would advocate that we take a small break and do a couple one-offs.
Yeah, or just kill everybody.
I mean, thinking about it, we actually did it a year prior to this as well.
Yeah, we were playing Out of the Abyss, yeah.
So if we all had to guess, how many episodes do you think will go total for TOA?
Oh, we should take bets on that.
Ooh, yeah.
13.
Okay,
Total?
we're at 97. I'm going to go, I'll start us off. I'm going to go 157.
That's a good number.
So 60
157.
more. All right.
Yeah.
the look on my face was probably equivocal to like when one of my kids says something that just fucking disappoints me utterly. K-Way said 13.
No, see, I'm right in the same ballpark as you, so it almost doesn't make sense to bet against you. Like, I'm thinking another 60-ish episodes.
Oh, that's
or so.
the point, though. You
So
guess
throw a
close.
number out.
Yeah.
157.
Yeah, that's what makes it fucking...
Episode 19 was the Camp Righteous special event. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that felt...
right.
That
We
was
can all agree on that.
That was 19 episodes in. But you guys have already been in the tomb for like 40 or 50 episodes.
Episode
Yeah,
70.
like the episode
So this is
70.
37.
37 just in the tomb.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that weird? Just that time lapse.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we were already in here for, if you think, where were we on episode 37. You know what I mean?
Clem area. No, we went back to Nyanzaru. That was in the 20s. Met your mom around 20. Irme's mom around 28. So 37, we were like the floating heart in the sky.
Right.
We're
I feel like between
Omu.
episode 1 and
Heart of
37,
Uptown.
so much had fucking happened between episode 1 and 37. But yet, since we've been in the tomb,
The tomb just
Yeah.
slogged.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
148.
I'm going to go up a little higher. Maybe I'll go up to 170. Let's go 177.
All right.
And I was 157.
What episode, K-Way, you want to say we end on in this bet?
You know, I'm saying that we will not have 30 episodes left.
Okay.
I will say no more than 127.
127. All right.
Wow.
And
John?
the DM.
I know what you guys are trying to do.
Well, here's the thing. We are on the second to last floor that we know about.
Oh, we are?
that you
It's
know
too late.
about.
And it's been 30 episodes per floor. No, it's just been 30 episodes that we've been in the tomb.
Well,
roughly.
how many
Right.
episodes per floor would
So
you say?
15.
5, 6, 7?
About it's been
10-ish.
about like 8 or 9.
I actually agree a little bit with K-Way. That's why I went lower.
Because we're almost finished with 3 floors, so 10.
Right.
Okay, yeah, then I guess I'd go lower too.
What do you want to go with?
No, you already put your number in.
No, I didn't. I could
It's
change
not
it.
closed. Once everyone has a bet in, it's closed.
I could change it. Yeah, so maybe, like episode, let's go with 139.
John?
Do the right thing here.
I'd say
He's
we
like,
have...
Honestly, we only have like 3 left.
You can just TPK us and walk away tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to go with episode 98. No, let me see. My best educated guess would be about 20 more episodes.
So 117?
Didn't we already have a 117?
No, we have a 120. We have yours is 117. We got 127, 139, 148, 157. Last call. Any changes?
No, but add us, tweet us. How many episodes you think?
Yeah,
If you're listening.
We'll post
right.
this.
maybe we'll have a gift for the person that gets closest.
Gets
Oh,
closest?
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what I'm gonna win if I win. What's the gift?
I actually have an idea. I have an idea already. I was thinking about adding a new gift to our Patreon
Cool,
page. So
cool.
Could be a good way
What
to
are you
introduce
thinking?
it.
What is it?
Well, it's
It's a surprise.
We're fucking. Are we doing a BTS tonight? What is going on?
Yeah,
Well,
son.
we got an episode, right? Let's
We got an episode to play.
Yeah, let's go.
Last session. Proper introductions were met between Gunther and the 3C shipping heroes, and then you moved on to test your new dynamic. You found yourselves within the resting place of Kubuzan, where you followed the frescoes by making the offerings. It was Zavril who touched the bracers, but Papazadl had overcome the battle for companionship and remains within the dual-wielding whip hunter.
Sounded better on paper.
Afterwards, you approached the double doors carved with leering and laughing skulls. Within, the way forward was blocked by a tapestry curtain from wall to wall depicting a scene of merriment.
Followed by
Nobles were feasting with servants with a plump roast boar on the center of the banquet table. You drew that curtain only to reveal another a few steps in. This one depicted the same setting, only instead of merriment, the same actors had descended into depravity. Some appeared to be fighting one another, while others partook in carnal encounters on the table. Some sprawled on the floor in puddles of vomit. Kapernicus takes it a step forward.
Fully erect. Wait, what?
Copernicus takes it a step further.
Revealing the third curtain. This one, a scene of absolute horror. as the nobles feasted upon servants, eating each other alive, setting fire to the hull, the roast boar alive and laughing on its platter. Consumed with curiosity, Kapernicus draws the curtain again, revealing the back end of the chamber, and on the wall before you, the rotting head of a giant boar.
Ugh.
Fresh blood and gore spatters its tusks, dribbling down the wall beneath it. Upon gazing at the monstrosity, trying to understand its placement, Irame begins to mindlessly approach the severed grotesque head. She places a hand on either side of it.
Can we act at all?
This is just a recap.
Still a recap. Can't act in a recap.
I thought he was about to have her do something.
No.
Past where.
Yeah, crunch. Yeah.
I thought he was going to finish with like,
That's what
make
I
a
was-
saving throw. you know?
That's what I was gonna.
Necrotic.
Irame, you awaken to find yourself sitting upon a bed of moss with your back against a tree, its lush canopy stretching above you, shielding you from the blazing sun. A small horned bunny sits next to you on a large stone, munching on a root veggie. At noticing your gaze, it paused its chewing. I like to come here from time to time, especially when things get too confusing or horrific, the Amaraj says to you.
It is nice here. Calm.
I'm glad you think so. Some of the folk we tried to protect found comfort in confessing their failures if they knew their moving on was imminent. I would hear such confessions if you would find a similar comfort.
It is not in my nature to fail. It'd be a short list.
I understand entirely. I thought it was silly.
Regret, though. I do have regret. I do wish I had seen my father again. Wakanga again. My friends again.
I never had too many friends. The only friends I know of are the others that walked out of the jungle with me that day.
Did Irame have friends?
Ouch.
No, I'm not trying to be funny.
When Irame said friends, she was speaking of you guys.
Aww.
Jesus. I'd have a fucking moment.
Had to make her say it.
Anyway, we'd better get back now. Thank you for joining me.
Irame nods in silence.
Irame, you find yourself back in the curtained hall, staring in the mouth of the boar. What do you guys do?
Does she look like she's entranced or something? She's just moving toward the mouth of the boar.
Yeah, she had moved. I think it was Zavril who noticed her.
Yeah.
Had shoved past him, her gaze fixed upon the boar's mouth, which was agape.
Irame, what are you doing?
Gunther will go toward his holy symbol. Irame Finvain, halt! And he'll cast Hold Person on her.
That's a natural 20?
That would pass, so it didn't work.
Maybe Irame felt her comrade's urgence and looks to him and says, "What are you doing?"
I apologize, Miss Finvain. Lady Finvain, I did not know that you were acting of your own free will.
I am a high elf. These charm spells rarely affect me. There appears to be something in the boar's mouth.
And gazing into the boar's mouth, you actually do notice, after she said that, you do notice a few things glinting off of the torchlight wedged between the boar's teeth.
Wait, did she not fail a saving throw last round?
She did.
I did actually, but after we finished up, John and I realized that I have advantage on them because I'm a high elf, and I rolled another 20 and I passed. So the joke was going to be that I was like, guys, you're freaking out.
So you didn't tell the rest of us.
Nope.
Made me burn up a level 2 spell slot. All
It was
right.
worth it.
If I have to dole out heals later.
So Cappy looking inside the mouth. He's right there at the mouth. So, like, is it money? Like, what's printed?
Nope. Inside of the mouth are actually a few articles that you would find on. Let me see. You would find a bent pair of gold spectacles, a leather eye patch set with a bloodstone, and a platinum hairpin. All mixed in with this lump of gore.
These are strange. Cappy will pull them out.
Probably,
What?
probably belonging to previous souls
heads?
that had placed their heads
Right.
within the
a
mouth.
hairpin
Yeah.
in a mouth.
Some glasses.
An eye patch, glasses.
Right.
All shit other people were wearing when they put.
Are,
So Cappy pulls them out.
ooh.
And now there's a ring in there too.
Cappy has no rings. Got
Yeah,
fucked up
that's
by the
right.
rust statue.
Oh, your wedding ring.
That's right. Gone.
It's kind of sad.
Oh, God, you went dark on us
That
last
was really
time, too.
depressing.
Let me see. What happens when one puts its hand in a gaped mouth?
Jump.
Listening back on last episode when Cappy talks about how he never quite looks up to par again. Oh, broke my heart.
Yeah.
So sad.
Slowly dying.
Let me see. All it says is any creature that ends its turn with its head in the boar's mouth. So, guess if we were going right by the rules.
Yeah, we should be fine.
It probably waits. It waits till your head is in there.
Yeah.
It only likes heads.
Yeah, he's just reaching in, grabbing the eye patch first. If you can scoop everything up, he scoops it
The
all
eye
up.
patch.
Yeah, you grab everything. You can grab everything.
That's the most valuable.
That's what he's most interested in.
And the eye patch. It's like 5.
Nice. Nice.
Here you go, May. Here's a nice little hairpin for you. And these glasses.
I do.
And a new set of glasses.
Yeah,
Thank
you might
you.
need a backup.
I'm giving you the glasses and the hairpin to Irme. I'll keep the eye patch.
Can I get the eye patch?
You already
No,
have
you
a
have a
mustache.
mustache.
It wouldn't match your
Mustache and an eye patch?
That's
Jesus.
just too much cool. For
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
way too much.
Can't have both.
There's an
Eye
eye
patch
patch
and
with a
a
bloodstone.
monocle.
That's
and a
overcool.
mustache.
And just inspecting the eye patch, and I put it on. Does anything cool happen?
No. You can't see out of one eye.
That would be awesome if the bloodstone was some type of lens, a magical lens.
Lets you
See
see into
invisibility.
alternate dimensions.
Whoa.
Try
Can
it.
we
Try
detect magic on these at all? Is that possible? Can you do that as a ritual so you don't burn a spell slot?
I don't have a detect magic.
Okay, I thought you.
Nor do I.
Done it before. All right. Broken party. So this boar's head on the wall here. This is the end. Going this way, right? There's no doors leading out.
That's right.
This tomb has proven tricky before. Let's look for any secret doors.
I aided you.
Nice on the aid. That's an 18 on the die for a 19.
You don't notice any
Looking for
thing out of the
switches.
usual.
So this appears to be the end of the line.
I didn't do any better. Mr. Don Tracker, what say you? You have a keen eye, as per your reputation.
The guy who fails every perception check.
Well, you just rolled pretty high, right? Swain?
19. Could have been
Yeah.
Could have been 20.
Could have been DC 20.
I mean, I'm still not inside the hallway, but I'll go ahead and I'll check for the area that I'm at.
Oh, you're not? You were sticking around out there, huh?
Yeah, I never came into the room.
There is something unsettling about this place.
It's a rather grotesque scene.
Was it an investigation or perception?
A perception.
I do believe there was semi-fresh blood in the boar's mouth. Couldn't have been that long.
There. I rolled a 20 for perception in the hallway.
I already did a detect good and evil, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, it was dark in there.
Detected great evil. and ominous winds.
John.
What's up?
Well, they were checking the broom. I was checking the hallway outside where I was standing.
Oh, you little fucking cheater.
What?
What?
It does look like there's a little...
What's right there? What's right there?
Oh, that's fucking funny. Would you roll?
I definitely
20.
said that before the map even came up.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Although he could have known it.
Yeah, from last
week.
time. Yeah.
It's been sitting on that for a month.
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah, eating fucking Thanksgiving dinner, thinking
All
about
right.
it.
Well, Xavier, you do find a lever that opens a secret passageway to the south.
Ooh, love me a secret passageway.
Cappy will rush over to Zavril. My, Zavril, what have you found here?
Looking down the stairwell that leads to the south into a tiny room. The stairs only go down about 5 feet. At the base of the stairs is an ominous pedestal. And resting on the pedestal, a golden skull.
I was just going to say that. A golden skull. Totally called it.
Whoa.
Whoa, and Christy's wearing golden skull earrings.
A customer made them for me at work this week.
I made Kristen earrings for her birthday.
Oh, that's sweet.
I seem to have found a room that's going down to the next floor.
It's
Does that mean
definitely
you passed
not
a
going.
perception check?
It's definitely not going down to the next floor.
Oh, okay.
It's only-
It just set in.
It's going down 5 feet.
just 5 feet.
All right.
It's going down half a floor.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand and see if I can grab the skull.
I was going to say, are you going to do anything useful with it this time?
It can lift up to 10 pounds.
All right, the mage hand goes and picks up the skull.
Well done, Handy. Come back to me. No, not that way. Up the stairs.
Handy.
All right, our mage hand floats the skull back to you.
That's Handy. The Mage Hand.
Can Handy talk?
He has a name.
No, I don't think the mage hand can talk.
No.
Or
can-
is sentient.
We sign back and forth.
That's right, he could sign. Are there two of them? Can he do the crank?
Nah, he's just a single hand.
Just single, the classic bird.
He can
flip.
split into two really small hands, but he gets uncomfortable.
I would too.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you guys see Kapernicus cast mage hand. The mage hand goes, lifts up the skull, and floats the skull over to Kapernicus.
As this is happening, your maid places a hand on Zavril and a hand on Copernicus's shoulder and looks above and beyond and says, "Is there anything else down there?"
Looks to be a little crawl space off to the left. Classic crawl space that you guys are all familiar with.
Let's inspect this skull further.
You know, I would like to detect evil on the skull, but I have a feeling that if I can't just run around detecting evil on everything in this place. At some point, you just got to accept.
It's probably evil.
I don't have that many slots that I could just do that.
Cappy holds the skull in his own hand now.
All right, as soon as you touch the skull,
What?
To be or not to be.
it
Put
levitates.
a patch on its eye.
It begins to levitate from your hand, and you hear a deep, hollowed voice come from within it.
Well, that was unexpected.
Well, aren't you an ugly one? How could I have been so unlucky? Well, speak, or does it speak?
Cappy's a little slack-jawed. At least I'm still breathing.
Oh, good one.
Don't listen to it,
Not.
Copernicus. You're very handsome.
Yeah, do we all hear
Don't
it
listen
speak?
to it.
Yeah, you all hear it speak.
Okay, so it's not just in his head.
Well, let's get on with it. We don't have all day.
Get on with what, fiend?
doing something other than sitting here. Ugly mustache, by the way.
So, what an unpleasant skull you are.
Oh, shut up, you nerd.
Says,
What are you?
What are you?
A cappy.
Well, I am Yaka.
What happened to the rest of you, Yaka?
I am not quite sure, but I imagine you won't be far behind me.
You are quite interesting.
you should put the eye patch on the skull.
I am definitely putting the eye patch on the skull.
I think you'd look
As,
better with
as
this,
opposed
Yaka.
to the gold glasses.
This wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
And as you're putting the eye, no, it's not mine, and now I look almost as ridiculous as you. Isn't that swell? I hope you're happy now.
Yaka, the floating angry skull. Welcome to the 3C shipping and freight.
I like him.
I like him too.
Well, let us be on our way. The quicker we get moving, the faster you'll all die.
Will one of us have to carry you?
I'm floating, smart one. Now let us move.
And where do you suppose we move to, Yaka? What is your purpose in this dungeon?
Well, obviously, we move further into the dungeon where a trap lay that could potentially kill you and entertain me.
How about you go down into that crawl space?
How about I follow you? You are the adventurers, I am the entertainer.
Were
What
you
was his name?
a jester in life,
Now let us be on with it.
Yaka?
We already had a Cedric recently, but that was not the entertainer.
All right, if you guys are done making friends with that thing, I would say we follow its advice and continue along with our quest.
Okay, Papazadol.
Are we to ignore the crawl space?
Yes, are we to ignore the crawl space?
I will stand guard if you wish to check it out.
Well, that's a splendid idea, Mustache Man.
I think the crawl space just winds around on this level.
Oh, he's probably right.
I mean, there might be something down there.
Like
The
treasure.
room with the switch, which we really still haven't done
Figured
anything
out.
in there, yeah.
It's the body composting room. I've told you guys this a million times.
I vote we go back to the main corridor and go down another level.
Well, there's spiral stairs are right there too, right?
Well, no. That you have to go out and around.
No, if you go into the crawl space,
Well,
it
we
looks
don't know
like they
that.
can go-
There
Oh!
was a golem in that room, Gunta.
No, there was a golem in the room in front of the round room.
And he wouldn't know about the spiral stairs anyway. That was metagaming.
There's a golem sitting on that switch,
Yes,
Yeah.
on the switch.
ready to pull it. So if we go around into that crawl
We,
room,
we don't even know if it matches there, so
We don't. It's
Alright.
speculation, but it seems likely.
I say we go down the main set of stairs down to that bottom floor.
Well, we could punt this skull down it, see what happens.
Oh, that sounds like a mob. Yeah, okay, whatever. Just try it. And it floats up above your head. Try kicking this high, elf. I doubt you could.
I will
He
follow your
Float
lead.
in front of Copernicus. Go ahead, try it.
Gunther looks over at Zavril. I will follow your lead. I trust you have explored most of this floor already.
Yes, we have.
it's time for us to move down.
Okay.
Then I will ready my sword.
It's an excellent suggestion.
Yaka, you will keep your mouth shut or I will bind it.
You'll do well to listen to me, for I know every inch of this place.
Well, now.
Without me, you will surely die and you won't find any treasure.
Well, without us, you'd still be a skull on a rock.
Yes, and I'd also be sleeping soundly, and now I am annoyed.
To the hallway, to the main balcony.
Gunther, would you mind taking
Gunther.
point with your armor? Gunther.
Yes, I will take the advanced position. And he raises his great sword and he moves forward, assuredly, but also alertly.
This floor should be cleared. To the east, there's a set of stairs going down. That is where we'll proceed.
He nods his head and tries to move as quietly as he could, wearing a full plate of armor.
Xavier, put you on the map. Where you're gonna be?
Depends. Are we gonna run into anything before the...
Boom, dead.
I'll go first.
Fear not.
I should have chosen that voice.
As you guys are moving over there, the skull appears to be floating around each of your satchels or backpacks. It's kind of snooping, trying to peek inside as you guys are moving towards the stairway that leads down to the floor below.
And we notice this?
Absolutely.
So as he's doing it, Irme reaches around to the lantern with Luna in it and says, "What are you doing?"
I'm looking for gems. I'm starving.
You eat gems?
Don't we all?
No.
Well, I certainly do, and I'm hungry, so if you don't mind, I'll continue to snoop until I find some.
I fear this bonehead is going to be more trouble than he's worth.
I fear your mustache is already more annoying than it's worth.
Yaka.
Do I sense jealousy?
Is
I
it?
stroke my mustache.
Irme's going to knock on the skull's head and say, "Is it bone or is it gold? Or are you gilded?"
I have no idea what those words mean. And
No guild would have him.
Cappy will pull out the 500 gold piece peridot.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
It floats over to you eagerly.
Don't be a fool, man.
Yeah, give it like a chicken cutlet gem, not like a filet mignon gem.
Like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, what are you doing? Salisbury steak gem.
You listen here, Yaka. If you're hungry, I do have this tasty morsel. But we're gonna need some obedience out of you.
I'm listening, but I'm not hearing anything pleasing.
You need to stay quiet. And when
Xavier's gonna lean into Kapernicus, reward him for any traps that he might save us from.
Yes, will be your reward for
Oh.
any traps that you save us from.
Very well. Suit yourself, or I could just eat it while you sleep. No big deal. Press on, fellow adventurers. There's a long ways to go.
And
We are lucky.
Cappy will pretend to put it in one pocket, but he'll sleight of hand it into another one.
The skull will then float over to Gunther and say, "Or I will lead him into a trap and just take the gem off of his dead body."
Oh, Jesus.
He may look foolish, but he is not. He is not so foolish as to fall for your treachery.
Yes, well, I appreciate that.
We're moving around that center room.
Yep.
Do we see anything down below?
Same thing. The statues on the pedestals, each one was like I forget what it was, copper, silver,
No
and
living
gold.
creatures.
No. They're actually, give me a perception check. That's a good call.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody, yeah. Everybody would,
Ooh.
21.
15.
oh.
Xavier coming through with the perception tonight
All right, Zaves.
for the first time in Natty 19 history.
All right, Xavier. All right. Xavier, you're kind of, everyone's looking around before heading down, leaving this floor behind, and you do, out of the corner of your eye to that hallway to the south, I guess I'd have to move you a little step forward. In the corridor to the south, you hear, from the corridor to the south, you hear a skittering sound.
Did anyone hear that?
Yeah, and as it's brought to your attention, you guys too, now from the south, hear a skittering sound. It sounds as though it's getting closer and closer, at a slow pace.
Whatever it is, it's coming this way.
It's almost like a rattling sound.
Is the area lit?
No.
Oh.
The main hall is lit, but the corridor to the south is not.
I thought we had already cleared that.
If there is anything, is it necessary that we clear it, or can we move on?
We may not want it on our tail.
Let's go down this hallway and see what it is.
As you move down,
Irme's not taking point.
If you wish me to take point, I will, but I would like some light. Some illumination, if you will.
I'll hand you a torch.
That'll do. Thank you, Copernicus Heart.
It's so proper.
All right, through the torchlight, you now look to the south and begin moving. As you're moving, unless you're making any kind of attempt at stealth.
I mean,
torch?
yeah, well,
We have a
yeah,
torch.
that's right. We have a torch, but
The
still,
torch isn't making
you
all
don't
too
know.
much noise.
right?
Okay.
You don't know what the thing sees, if it can see. Sure, might as well try. Does a 3?
No.
3 make me quiet?
You're just dragging one armored
Right.
shoulder against the wall the whole time.
Like my heel fell off and is scraping along the floor.
Go ahead, get that fixed. Gunther.
It's squeaky.
Yeah.
That's yours.
All right, so as you are moving, you hear, as you're coming up on the corner, you hear the scuttling stops in its place. And as you round the corner, it sees you, and it begins to run.
To run.
Let's
Away?
roll initiative.
Do I
Away?
get a sense of what it is?
Yeah, looks like a skeleton.
Ooh.
Quickly, it's one of them.
Oh, slow. I'm slow. This initiative round 9.
Natty 19. Woo! For a 21.
Nice.
Another 3.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Oh my god, I rolled a 9 and I'm second. That's awesome.
Natty 1.
I did not roll the lowest, but you're still higher than me. In addition,
For a 4. Yes.
All right, Gunther, what do you got?
3.
All right, Xavier, what do you got? All right,
4.
You did yours, okay. And Airmay, what do you got?
9.
9 on Airmay. All right, Copernicus.
Cappy with dimension door. Poof, poof. Opens up around him, and he shoots himself to the other side of the skeleton.
Nice, boxing him in.
Yep.
Nice moves.
All right.
Oh, that was sweet.
Since Xavier tackled the last one.
Maybe
Yeah.
like 5 feet back from him. And that's my action.
The purple goo on the floor.
Is it still there?
The goo is still there. There's just no eyes there.
Gotcha.
But the goo is difficult terrain.
Okay. And I'll just put my shield up, and I'm trying to block the hallway from him
Okay.
coming
You
by.
had,
All right.
you
so-
had one job, Copernicus. This reminds me of the gong.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
All right. Round 1. That was Copernicus' turn. Aramay, you're up next.
So Gunther's right there in the corner.
Yeah. You could pass through me. Though.
Yeah, you certainly
Takes
can.
takes 2 squares to pass through an ally.
It does.
So you could probably get behind me if you didn't want to get in its face.
I don't really. I'm not honestly thinking about not doing much because I don't think I
Just-
want to waste a spell on this guy.
So, in case it's not clear to the listeners, what we have is a T intersection, and it's corridors in a T intersection. Gunther is in the square that joins the T, and the skeleton is to the east of him. Copernicus is on the other side, and both Irme and Zavril are in the T leg. If that's what you'd call it.
Yeah.
leg.
So Irme
Trunk.
will start down the corridor and then step in front of Gunther.
Which would put you directly adjacent to the skeleton.
Between Gunther and the skeleton.
Yeah. And she'll cast Firebolt. It's a cantrip.
Okay. Let's see a roll.
16 to hit.
16 is definitely going to hit.
And 13 damage.
There we go.
13 damage is enough to kill it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
didn't
why.
take much.
That's why I didn't want to waste a spell, but I was like, oh, use a cantrip.
Gunther looks a little disappointed as his shoulders relax a little bit. His sword kind of.
Yeah, the
Lowers.
the mote of flame flies from Arame's finger and hits it square in the chest, and it just explodes into a pile of bones.
Sorry to push by you like that. I just didn't want to lose one of these keys.
We've had experience with these things. They can be fleet of foot.
I did observe that you are both quite eager to engage it.
Well, we don't know what they do yet, but this place is all about puzzles, and this seems important.
What shape is the key?
Rummaging through the pile of bones, you discover the skull. I don't know how these are shaped.
Me
I'm
either. I don't
almost-
know if they're on the skull, and we're carrying around the entire
I
skull.
think it was
Make a call.
described as the skull was misshapen, but I almost like the vision of the skull being the handle of the key, and down the vertebrae
Yeah.
part of the skull.
that's
is
a good
like
way.
That's-
you
yeah.
know?
Because the way we had said before, like, it was just his head was a triangle.
That's the way it was described,
Yeah, I
as the
actually
head was
did.
misshapen, almost like a Disney fucking movie.
I missed
you
that
know?
because
Right.
I was just expecting like there was a head and then a triangle
Yeah.
On
or
top.
on
On
top
top.
and then
Yeah.
a key.
But I
and
like
we would
this
have to like
idea.
snap it off or something or
But yeah, the base is the head is
Head,
the base,
yeah.
and the vertebrae is the shape.
So you can retcon all the other two.
I think so. I think it's worth it.
So what shape is this one?
It's a pentagon.
Ooh.
I have a very horrendous skeleton key tattoo that I got at a festival. It's hideous.
The gold skull flies around the corner. Oh, my brave saviors.
I think I preferred the other skull,
What skull is that, Gunther?
the one that did not talk.
Oh, good with the one that can talk. That's funny. Mustache. Are we just going to stare at the pile of bones? I had more fun sitting on a pedestal for hundreds of years.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hundreds of years.
Oh, burn.
Let us be on.
I will resume point if that's desirable.
Yes.
Continue.
So yeah, Gunther moves to the front, and we go back to that big center room and start going down the stairs.
Oops. Hold on a sec. I need to reconnect to Fantasy Grounds.
I thought it was loading the next level.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we made
That's
it.
what I meant to do.
You were supposed to warn us about that trap.
Yeah, I meant to just close the map, but instead of right-clicking on the map, it's because I use the map in background mode, in wallpaper
Alright.
mode. You know what I mean?
Because you kicked me out too. So.
I kicked everybody out. Hold on, it's loading.
I've been 6.
All right, you should be able to join now. All right, so as you guys move down this stairwell, we got a new map open, new floor.
Ooh, brand new floor for the three sheets.
Sheets
Three
to
sheets
the
to the
wind.
wind.
3 sheets to the wind.
That is a way better name.
No way.
You're saying that because you came up with the 3 C's. But you just came up with the 3 sheets.
I came up with both. But the 3 C's is Forgotten Realms relevant.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
So as you guys are moving down, Gunthar's taking point. This is a marching order. Gunthar's taking point. Zavril is second in command. Irame, Kapernicus, and the floating gold skull.
Yaka.
Yaka.
Gunther's thinking to
Swains
himself.
is thinking.
It doesn't reflect that on the map, but
Yeah.
It doesn't?
No, it shows me directly behind Zavril.
we're going down, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Are
going
we
You know,
going
it's
down?
it's
Yeah,
it's right.
so-
You're just looking at it wrong.
You're looking at it wrong. You're going down the stairs.
Gunther.
Oh, okay.
Your perspective is all wrong.
This is
So
a new map.
right. It's tough to. It was just
New map.
because the stairs were covered up. It wasn't clear which was up and which
Yeah,
side
he
was
thought
up and
that
which
that was a
down.
broken stair leading to the bottom.
Right.
But in fact, it's
I
showing
thought
that
the
the
same
top
thing at
map
first, yeah.
ended.
Right,
I got
but
it.
just look to the left, though, and you see the...
Yes, now.
That's what you gotta look at, not the broken stair. Look to the
No,
left,
but
the
we
way
were
forward.
covering up. We were covering up.
But I
the
get
lid.
it now, so let's move on.
Right, yeah. All right, so Gunther's thinking to himself, this 3C shipping and freights group is a pretty good bunch of kids. They just need some proper leadership.
Is this Gunther or his
He's thinking
mustache?
It's Gunther talking to his mustache.
It's like his 9 god.
He's joking. It's the 10th god.
As you guys get to the base of this stairwell, this room is actually interesting. This is almost as far down as this chamber goes. It goes down another half story. But before we get to that point, looking across the room, because you have a handrail to your right that goes around another balconied room. Up ahead, about 10 feet, you can see another corridor to the left that goes down to the south. Looking across the chamber, there's another double-wide corridor leading off to the west, down the center, similar to the one upstairs that led to the chained golems. And all the way to the north side of the room, the balcony wraps around to another set of stairs that brings you down to the lower half of this story, which is where the pedestals are with the gargoyles sitting atop them. So you do have a couple options before moving completely down.
You can hear like Kapernicus muttering to himself, copper, silver, gold, platinum. Just listing off what the statues were made out of.
The pedestals themselves were
The pedestals.
The tops of the pedestals were those materials. Yes.
I am inclined to want to clear this floor. Shall we proceed to the south?
I'm with you.
Agreed. And looking to Copernicus, Irame will say, I do wish the statues correspond to the shapes on the skeleton keys rather than metals.
For some reason, I feel like we got information that told us those pedestals would match these keys. Or maybe that was my own hypothesis.
Is there another set of... Hold on, let me see if there's another set of warnings. I think there is.
Yeah, we're definitely keeping an eye out for a plaque.
Yeah, we need
To
a
the
good
west,
plaque.
on the western wall, which is, just in front of you.
Oh, here we go.
Airmaid, get your notebook out.
Another bronze plaque is mounted to the west wall.
And what level are we calling this? Level 4?
Level 4.
Aramay,
A
make sure you
new
take
level.
good notes this time.
The plaque reads as followed. Death to fire, dine or drown, precious air, and falling sand.
Death to fire, dying
Want me to put
or
it up
drown.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
because
Let me see if I can.
I wasn't
without-
sure where one clue ended and the next
Here we go,
began.
here we
It's
go.
all
I
the
found it,
same.
I found it, I found it.
That's the first
Dine
clue.
or
The
drown.
first clue.
Precious air.
And falling sand. That is one sentence. There are 4 or 5 lines here.
The army sleeps in silence. Silence, not science. Did I say science?
No, I thought you said silent.
Okay, good. The mirror holds 12.
Find the iron scepter's twin. And lastly, the maze holds the key. I have noticed these plaques as I was following you.
Yes, they're very important to not dying.
Sarayak is just playing with us. The maze holds the key right away. That grabs my attention. I feel we need one more key.
Yeah, well, the mirror holds 12.
12 what? We don't know.
12 keys are better than one.
12 mazes.
Well, let us head south and see what we stumble upon.
South. I couldn't have picked a better path myself, the skull
He's
says.
still following us. I see.
Did you expect me to stay on that floor?
You'd be far more valuable if you were inanimate.
Well, perhaps if you were to shed some of your gems, I just might go away and leave you to your doom.
Irme will say, don't be so grumpy and reach for the skull, and if she manages to catch it, toss it at Kapernicus. I know it can probably just float away, but she's being playful with it.
Be like one of those floating toys
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bat around.
Yeah.
Do you eat gold pieces?
No, I don't need that garbage.
That's like cannibalism. All right, what do we see when the southern corridor opens up?
Southern corridor opens up, moves down about, 35
40
feet or so.
40 feet.
Before splitting off, branching off to the left and right at the far end.
So another T intersection.
Cobwebs line the walls in this place.
I'd like to take a peek down the other corridor, and also if I'm staying up there, can I see down the eastern one on the other floor down?
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me see if a lot of these floors have like a theme. I just want to, or conditions. Like the last one was the purple goo and stuff like that. So the corridors and chambers are choked with dust. Their floors littered with rubble and the bones of dead Omawans. Yeah, so this floor is very necrotic looking.
Is there great shit?
Bones and fucking dust and webs. It looks like an old mausoleum.
Do the bones of the Omawans make it difficult terrain?
No, they're mostly built
Amazing.
No, they're mostly built into the walls as if they were like
catacombs?
Yeah, exactly. Only more almost like they, instead of purposefully placed here and buried, almost looked like they were just used as
Fill
with the
Cappy runs his hand along the walls.
part of the masonry.
This is beautiful work.
As you brush your fingers along the skulls and bones, you almost hear distant cries of Chultans long past.
These are peoples who are waiting for a better life. The light of civilization. When we rid this place of the evil that resides in its heart, then we shall bring this light of civilization to the Ormoans. Well, to the Chultans.
Now, Kapernicus, as Gunther is saying this, and you hold in De Nocturne, I would think you might even get a vision almost of the Omawans in pain, moaning and groaning in the streets of Omu in the last days, as countless Omawans are being led up into the tomb, northern section of the city, with mining picks and hammers and just carrying sacks of bricks, and as they're all being led up to ultimately construct their own tomb, to build this sinister place where they'll ultimately die.
Amazing. Serac is a twisted soul.
You'll have no argument from me, Drow.
All right, so Kapernicus, as you moved up and had that experience, you get to that middle double-wide corridor and poke around the corner, and you look all the way down. And I'll tell you this. As you look down, you notice there is a small 5-foot corridor that bends off to the north, maybe about 20, 30 feet down. Forward is another double door. But you notice something else. You can't really make out the details, but there is something jutting out from the south and north wall just in front of that double-wide door. Something peculiar.
I'll relay the information back to the group. And to the east, can I see down that corridor on the floor below or no?
Yeah, you certainly can look down that way. This corridor, it is a double wide corridor to the east down on the lower level. You can only see about, let me say, this far in. You can only see in maybe about 15 to 25 feet or so before the ceiling obscures your vision, being up higher than that level.
Plus, there is a limit to your dark vision and such, right?
Oh yeah, that is true, I suppose. Yeah.
There's no Oompa Loompas up here.
No, you do not see any Oompa Loompas at this time.
To the south?
To the south.
To the south.
To the south.
To the south.
There you go. Come on, be part of the group here, man.
More enthusiasm.
Well, to the south. I couldn't have said it better myself, the skull says as it floats merrily along beside you, Copernicus.
I want to stuff that thing in a sack so bad.
Good.
You probably want to stuff me in a sack very badly at this point, but I assure you, your efforts will be
In vain.
Fruitless.
All right, Copernicus, you move down to the south. Who's taking point now?
What's our marching orders? Gunthar, Cappy.
Gunther.
All right, so you're going next then? I guess I'll go third.
Well, you have the 10-foot reach. Why don't you go behind Gunthar? I'll go behind you.
Gunther.
Gunthar.
Every time his name comes up, we go through this. All right. Now, are you just moseying down through, or are you taking any precautions? What's the plan here?
You know, try this to be stealthy, but yeah. Ooh, natural 20 for a 20.
Silent in that armor.
Glad to see you fixed your squeaky wheel.
Yeah. Just put a little bit of oil on it.
Do we all have to roll stealth because we're moving as a group?
Group stealth.
Group stealth.
Groupie.
Which means 2 of us have to pass.
Nice. I got a 3 on the die. 4,
17.
8. And a natty 1.
Zavril, what are you doing?
Zavril with the natty 1.
You hear from, as you guys are
But what did
beginning...
you roll?
17.
17. So 17.
As you guys are beginning to go into stealth mode, you hear, "Excuse me, are we trying to be quiet?" As the skull floats behind you, you actually have a disadvantage on the roll, so long as that skull is with
All of
you.
us?
Yes.
Okay. Roll again. Shit. 7.
9.
All right.
Not even gonna roll again.
Right, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Can't get lower than your first one.
All right, I didn't think so.
Cappy's gonna bound and gag it if he can. I have rope. I've had enough of this skull.
He certainly does not let you do such a thing.
Should we neutralize this?
Yeah,
nuisance?
Cappy's losing his temper. He's reaching for it and like pulling out his rope.
Yeah, he's levitating around, cackling as you attempt to grab a hold of him. He'll float just out of reach. And he's almost like taking such pleasure in it. You know? He's almost like, "Oh, you almost had me that time. Oh, good one. So close."
Jesus, not even any rolls.
No, this
Thinking
is
about casting spiritual weapon. Just
You'll keep your mouth shut, or you will not get to taste this tasty gem that I have for you.
As I said, I will take them off your corpse as you try to stealth up on your next adversary. There is nothing you could do to me that could destroy me. I will be here for as long as it takes for you to die.
Cappy casts banishment on it.
nice.
1 action. It's concentration. I better look this up, I think. I don't know if you get a roll or anything.
Remember when Svitlana tried casting banishment?
No.
Oh, it was a blunder.
You attempt to send one creature you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on charisma saving throw or be banished. That's going to be a DC 15 charisma.
DC 15, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kapernicus, you go through the incantations and such to cast banishment. And as you're doing this, the skull appears to start to panic. And then, as you finish the spell, the skull vanishes.
I had enough of that.
Good work, Copernicus Hearts.
And then you hear, and then it reappears.
Well, looks like we're stuck with it.
Well, that was a good time. Care to waste more of your spell slots trying to silence me? I told you the only way to silence me is to feed me gems.
I looked for a silence spell, but I did not have one.
And now I just raised my value of gems to even higher.
You seeking a bribe, a value, a worth of gems to remove yourself from our presence?
Cappy's getting more and more frustrated.
It is the only way. It is not by my doing.
And how do we know that your presence will be removed permanently?
Well, you'll just have to take my word for it.
Forgive me if your word does not carry.
You know, for Tom's sake, just fuck off. And he takes the peridot and just chucks it back behind us.
Catches it in his mouth and just chomps it up. And he's quiet for a little bit. Look into the...
Dude,
How much was the peridot worth?
500 gold pieces.
500? Better keep track of that.
I'll keep track that it's gone. Do you want me to keep track how much I've fed him?
How much you fed him.
Interesting.
After he's done eating it, he eats every last little chunk. He says, well, that was about 500 gold pieces worth.
And for what value do you crave?
I think about 10,000 gold pieces worth of gems should shut me up
For the
forever.
love of...
Or we could continue, it's no problem.
Oh my god.
As it floats on to the front of the line. Shall we take a look what's around this corner?
I tried to banish it. It didn't work. Fed
heard.
the peridot.
Wasn't nearly enough.
So this thing will follow us until we've given it $10,000 worth of... Or 10,000 gold pieces worth of precious gems.
Perhaps there is someone in Nyanzaru who would find this thing more interesting.
We cannot possibly have this follow us.
It's driving me insane, Irime.
Perhaps... Oh. Gunther doesn't know about the Beholder room.
I was just thinking that, and if there was gems in there, we would have grabbed them.
I don't know. There was a lot of treasure in there.
But it was all metal.
I don't think we took an
wasn't
inventory.
Oh, I don't remember, yeah.
I think Cappy's grabbed every gem he's come across.
Yeah,
so
Cappy
far.
had a bunch of gems from that one room.
Well, that's why I just fed him. The only other one I have is a diamond. We got a buttload of gold jewelry, but he's not going to eat that. Now let's keep going. We're stuck with him. We tried.
Irme has 2 gems on her, and one's her focus, and the other is something she needs for her chromatic orb spell.
All right. Peeking around the corner, looking off to the west first.
And I'm out of spell slots now.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm really low.
I know. Where's your next... How far out are you from your next rest?
I don't know.
A ways.
So I see in one direction, to the east, far down the corridor, is a door. And to the west, looks like a room about 30 feet, 25 feet away.
Small room. Looks to be like 15 by 15, I'd say.
Is that is that a blue glow that represents?
Yeah, on the far wall of that small chamber appears to be an ornate rectangular mirror that's mounted on the wall.
The mirror holds 12.
I am inclined to investigate. He looks back at the rest of the party to see if he has their approval to move forward.
Yes, just move cautiously.
Oh, it's just a mirror. Just go up and look in it.
How cautiously could we possibly move with this nuisance? But as he says that, Gunther moves into the room.
Be sure to leave your satchel of gemstones behind before you go and do that.
He'll keep an eye out. He'll keep an eye out for traps. That's a 15 on the perception.
You don't notice any traps or secret passages. It's a pretty straightforward, cobweb, dust-filled corridor. Again, the walls just caked with the bones of long-dead Omawans. And as you move forward, how far in are you going?
Just right to the edge. I want
Right to the edge.
so I get a full picture of the room before we jump in.
Okay, so as you move in, give me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
And Zavrel's going to be following suit as well.
Along with Copernicus.
All right, so Zavrel, you're also going to need to do a
No, he's pretty good at saving throws.
charisma saving throw.
Shit. Well, he rolled a 3, but that will be a 15.
What?
Plus 12 on my charisma saving throws.
How the fuck?
Nice.
Well, Zavrel's not going to have that luck. So,
I rolled a 5 and I have a 13.
Oh, Copernicus, you're going down too, following him?
That's
Yeah.
pretty good still.
Well, I figure we're all marching along,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's 30 feet away, so if
Well,
Irme
you don't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, if
What?
just where Irme is going to be, do I need a roll?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just outside of it.
and Zavrel rolled a natural 17
Oh.
for 17.
Yep. Okay, and what about Copernicus?
5 on the die for 13.
13, Copernicus. Now,
That's
you
good,
guys
too.
all feel something, except for you, Erme. You feel something happening, as though the mirror is begins to shimmer and get larger and larger. And everybody, except for Copernicus, I'll do Copernicus first. The mirror just gets bigger and bigger. And then, like, the camera flips. And now you're looking out at your companions standing in the hallway, as you are now trapped on the other side of the mirror.
Help!
And you guys see this now. You see the mirror shimmers, and for you guys, the shimmer, you as you resist the effects of the magic, the mirror retains its normal form.
I have been chosen.
Do we see Copernicus in the room with us? Do we know that
No,
he's experiencing
Copernicus
this?
is now gone.
All right. Now that I didn't experience it.
But Copernicus just disappears in front of you.
By what manner of trap or curse is this? The drow has disappeared.
But I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Do we see
What
him in
happened?
the reflection of the mirror?
I don't think so. You can't see. It's just a regular mirror to you guys.
I had felt an inkling of magic, but something I resisted.
Yes, I felt the same.
It seems as though Copernicus' heart did not.
Hello? Hello?
Copernicus, you're just in a prison of magic, looking out into the hallway.
So Irme will say, well, it seems he must be in the room somewhere, and take a step forward. Do I need to roll a charisma save?
What are we doing?
I think you already did, right?
No, she
Yes, I
didn't.
did. But it was preemptive. It didn't end up affecting me. I'm stepping into the ring of influence now.
Oh, you're stepping into it?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're going to be affected.
Okay. Should I use what I rolled or re-roll?
Let's roll.
Unless you're not looking at the mirror purposefully, you know? But
Right.
I'm assuming as you're walking in, if you are, otherwise, yeah.
I am, and I think I might have just failed.
Oh, shit. I was counting on you to figure this out.
Irame gets a 12. No, that was a complete lie. 9. Sorry.
Yeah, so Irame, as you approach and you lock gaze with your own reflection, again, the mirror expands, flips around, and now you are within the mirror.
Do we see,
Am
what
I
does
alone
it
or
look
with
like?
Copernicus?
Irame, for you guys, it's almost like you blinked and
She's gone.
she's gone. You didn't see her fade or anything. It was more like a trick of the eye.
Huh.
You could have looked away for a second, then looked back, and she's gone.
Goblin King, Goblin King.
Am I with Copernicus or alone?
You're alone. That
Oh,
leaves
no.
Avril
I was
and
hoping
Gunther.
you'd be in there.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Arame, did you... Wait,
gone.
where did she go?
We have lost both the elves.
Man, and they had all the gems. I'm gonna say out loud to the skull here.
Wait, did the skull disappear with Copernicus?
Maybe it's some elven mirror trap.
Maybe he's a sacrifice with...
Copernicus is sitting in silence, and then he hears, "Well, this sucks."
We just leave him there forever.
I hate you, Yaka.
His voice is echoey as all hell.
There could be a spin-off. It'd just be Copernicus and the skull for the rest of eternity.
Oh shit, dude.
Wongo, are you there?
Oh, you've got all kinds of company.
Yes, I'm here, Copernicus. What have you gotten done to us?
Oh no, I appear to be trapped in this mirror. I'm kind of tripping out.
Well, what do you expect me to do about it?
The mirror holds 12 like a clock. Tickety-tock, tickety-tock.
Okay, what does that all mean, though, Copernicus? You're trying my patience here.
Just get me the hell out of here, Wongo. Use your Wongo magic.
I do not know where we are, and I do not know what manner of magic this is.
Cappy will sit down and start taking a short rest. He figures if nothing else, he'll wait it out for an hour till he regains his magic back. He's focusing with De Nocturne.
Gunther's going to start looking around the room that the mirror is in for any kinds of markings, clues, furniture, writing.
Nothing, just the mirror.
Just the mirror.
Yeah, it's a mirror that's mounted on the wall. It looks like an ornate mirror. That's how it's described.
He looks over at Zavril. I do fear if we break it, it may not have the effect that we desire.
Yucca didn't get pulled in with you, Copernicus. I was just kidding.
Irame's running her... Oh!
I know, it would have been great. use the force.
Use the force.
There you go.
Irame's running her hands over the glass on her side of the mirror, and trying to decide if she thinks it's a entity or a object.
Irame, you'd probably feel that this is a magic prison of sorts. I mean, you've seen trinkets like this in the past. Maybe not exactly like this cursed item, but...
Dude, now Luna is like triple, double trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped within a trap.
Yeah.
The skull floats over towards the mirror. Well, can we assume that they are even in the mirror? What if they just decided to up and leave?
We would have heard them leave.
Well, yes, but I was driving the dark elf a bit crazy. Could have just got sick of me and left.
Well, hopefully you can find him. He is the one with all the gems.
I'm not going anywhere without him.
Mr. Dawn Tracker. May I have your aid in an investigation? Or perhaps, should I aid you? I'm afraid my investigation skills are not so great.
Referring back to the message on the wall, it holds 12. What happens if we need to fill 12 more souls into this mirror in order for it to release them?
I do not know that those words suggest that the 12 would be released, only that it could hold 12. I would not subject another person to such a prison, nor do I volunteer to go in there myself.
What makes you
Maybe
think
not.
they're in the mirror? The skull says.
Where else could they be? There was some magic afoot when we stepped into this room.
All right, well then we just break the mirror, set them free, and I get all the gems. Not a big deal.
I had wondered if breaking the mirror would set them free, but I am also afraid that it would perhaps trap them forever.
Right. There's always that chance, but
Irme, see,
I
can
think
I
it's
hear?
well worth it.
Can I hear?
No.
I can just see.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Irme sees her friends trying to figure out how to get her out, and in a moment of panic, she tries to damage the mirror from her side.
Nothing happens. Everything that you try fails. The only thing you can do is meditate, rest, trance. Anything that you can do in a 5-foot square.
But yes, I will assist you, Gunther.
Are you a better investigator than I? Or do you know magic better than I? I do not have any knowledge of arcana.
Well, just remember, I will be assisting you as well, so let's be on with it.
All right, I'll do an investigation.
All right. Excuse me, sir. You're doing this all wrong. You're starting in the wrong place. Okay.
I got a natty 19 with the +1 for 20.
Did you roll at a disadvantage?
Oh,
Everything's
No,
at
it
disadvantage.
all
I
the-
thought it
he's
was
so
just stealth.
distracting that everything's at disadvantage.
it
all-
wouldn't
all
it equal
ability
out
check.
if Gunther was assisting me?
Oh, yeah, wouldn't they even out?
I suppose
Yeah.
it would. Yeah, you're right. All right. You don't find anything other than the mirror in your investigation. I mean, you see the only way forward here with that natty 19 roll is either breaking the mirror, or you might have some inclination that if such a magical item is such as the mirror, then it most likely has some sort of command word. You know, it's
It's a spell.
some
essentially.
some sort of spell that the owner would have command words for it.
After studying this mirror, I cannot deduce any special properties to it other than what we see.
The mirror holds 12.
We're doing some kind of arcana check, let Cappy know if like a remove curse scroll would work, or if he could even magic himself out. We're doing an arcana
Ooh,
check.
dimension door, maybe.
Right, would the arcana check let me know anything? Is it worth rolling? Or
Yeah, you can always roll an arcana check to. It's free to do. So.
And you're not even distracted by the stupid skull.
right. Well, it's only a 11. Well, I could take 20 right in here.
Yeah,
Probably already been 20.
Yeah, after spending time, weighing it over, you can assume that this is a magic prison, and whoever built it, probably thought of all manner of tricks to escape.
Gunther's trying a few silly things, maybe just out of desperation before resorting to breaking the mirror, which he does not want to do without full agreement by Zavril. He's gonna like.
We should break it.
He's gonna throw like if there's little pebbles or something. He wants to just toss them at it, see if the pebbles disappear, if they just bounce off. He's kind of testing it, feeling it out a little. Oh, does he have a remove curse?
Zavril is going to ask Papa Zottle if he's seen this mirror before or anything like this mirror before in his journeys. Have you come across anything like this before? It seems that our companions have disappeared at its site.
Now that you mention it, I do think that there was a companion many years ago now that used words to control this thing. But it was so long ago I do not remember. Perhaps he had a book lying around. Oh yes, he had a book, and that old man Withers had taken it from him. It could be anywhere by now. I suggest you leave them. They were weak anyway. Let us move on. We'll find more companions, probably more worthy than those two.
Blackfire.
That was the book.
Yeah, the spell book. Didn't that come from Withers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Who has it?
Probably Kapernicus.
I was going to say Irame. I mean, I have it written down.
I
but
might. It would be probably
I was
going
to
to
say Svitlongi.
No, Irme's the only wizard, right?
Yeah, but no, I'm a sorcerer.
Oh, we don't really have a wizard.
Speaking with Papa Zottle, he seems to remember a companion or possibly an underling that used words from a book to control this mirror. Now we have come across the person who used to hold the book, Withers. We found him on floor number 2 outside of the viewing well. I forget what the hell it was called.
Scrying pool.
Scrying pool. Now we did divvy up his belongings, and I believe that may be the book that he's referring to.
Let's roll 1d4, see who has the book.
Oh, we don't know who has it?
Yeah, nobody ever really said who took it.
Is that true? I mean, we might have.
I assumed everything went into the bag of holding.
What if Fitlongi has it?
She
Well, no,
wouldn't
it
have cared
went
about that.
Yeah, don't you guys have a bag of holding?
No?
Yeah, Cappy does, I thought.
No, then it's in the fucking mirror with him.
I don't have a bag of holding. We've never gotten a bag of holding.
Oh, so we don't.
I just write everything down, like, note-wise. Doesn't necessarily... Doesn't mean I'm,
Cappy
like,
said he
carrying
had a
everything.
bag of holding just so people would give him stuff.
The oldest
Sneaky
trick in the
bastard.
book.
Here, put it in my bag
Yeah,
of
put it
holding.
in the, want me to put
Not
it
a
in
big-
the bag?
like I have a list of like my things, and then everything in here is like group stuff, you know.
I think Irame Irame had the journal, and I think the spell book may have been different from the journal, right?
I don't know. I just have spell book written down. Kamara Blackfire.
Yeah, and there was that book, and then there was the journal. Here, I know Irame had the journal.
Yeah, I have.
So
that
I guess
written
We
down.
won't know anyway. I mean, should we go back and investigate the quarters of this Smithers? What was he called? Withers.
Withers.
I believe it may be their only chance
Smithers.
to rescue our companions. Let's see if we can find a clue up there.
It is worth a try before breaking the mirror.
Well, one of you guys took the book.
We could roll the d4 and just say that that's what it is, since we suck at taking notes, apparently.
Yeah. Well, Gunther wouldn't have the book, right? So it would just be between Zavril.
Irame and Cappy.
Right, so 1d3.
Okay.
Right,
So a
right.
D6. 1 and 2's Cappy. 3 and 4
Unless
is
you want to throw
Irame. 5 and
Svitlongi
6.
in there just to fuck with us.
Yeah, I'll take 5 and 6.
4. Irame.
Irame?
Irame's got the book.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, the book is inside.
Irame will sit down, and at first she thinks of the clue when first entering this level about the mirror holding 12, and she'll start to recite the word 12 out loud in all the languages that she knows, count to 12 in all the languages that she knows.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I feel like there's not much as far as a clue there. The mirror holds 12.
Yeah, there's also, I don't really know what would it make Irame look at Wither's book.
Right. Other because we'd be metagaming, really.
Yeah.
Maybe desperation.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably over the course of 10, 15 years, looking through all your
Right,
shit, just
right.
being bored.
Less than that. I'd
Well,
say even like a
yeah.
couple days.
Well, I actually, technically, you know what? What makes sense is Irame writes everything down, so she could be feverishly going through her journal, at which point she references Wither's book, and that makes the light bulb go off.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you guys are stuck with...
No, yeah.
I think at this point, in this instant, now, if it's a day, I'll call it a day, it would take for that realization.
Nice long rest, baby.
Yeah.
So
But would Zavril and Gunther just wait out for 24
No,
hours?
we wouldn't.
that would be the maximum. I think I would wait it out. I would wait it out for. Gunther
Yeah,
would
day.
wait for a day. He'd give it 24 hours. He would pray, think, try to come up with clues, work it through with Zavril, contemplate breaking the mirror.
Yeah.
You know,
I believe Irame has the book. We are not going to break the mirror.
You could probably attune items, too, within that time. It only takes, what, an hour to attune an item, if that?
Yeah, Irame will attune to her. I'm not sure if she did or not, but even if she did, it had unattuned, so she's going to attune to Luna's
Lantern.
magical lantern.
Yeah, and you also got the
Eye patch?
You can also, I was gonna say you can also try to identify magic items too, or items.
Do I have to roll on that?
No, I think it's just within a rest you can.
What is the eye patch?
The eye patch isn't anything.
Oh, so disappointed, dude. I would love
Well,
to wear a magic eye patch.
The spectacles, though, the bent spectacles that were in the boar's mouth were.
I gave those to Irma.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah. If you identify those are broken spectacles of arcane sight.
You go.
Do I need to have
Wow.
them mended first?
And this was actually a magic item suggestion that I found online. The site is called Loot the Body, I think. Yeah, lootthebody.org. Sounds, there were some items on there that were just crazy. But what's cool about it is that they're normally just nothing items, just gold piece value items. I guess, I'm assuming anyway, this guy was thinking kind of like me, whereas like there's not much in the way of, magic item rewards in this adventure. So he just kind of took some of those mundane items that were found throughout.
Oh, and assign them magical properties?
And created a magic item out of it. And this was one of them, the spectacles that were in the boar's mouth, was the arcane sight. What that does real quick is, while wearing these spectacles, you could cast the detect magic spell as a ritual spell, even if you can't normally cast spells.
Now you
Nice.
get that.
yeah.
All right, so
So that was an ability we've been lacking
While-
in our party.
Absolutely.
Zavril is on shift guarding. He's going to take his book and he's going to take the chest piece amulet that they got from Withers, and he's going to place the amulet on the book itself and lay it on the floor in front of the mirror.
okay, yeah,
Can't get any more obvious than that.
yeah. I mean-
Irame coming to from being preoccupied and resting looks
Really? You couldn't just write?
looks in front of her and sees it, and she squints a bit and pushes her glasses up her nose, and she gives herself a good moment of like a dope moment. She slaps her forehead, says, of course," and she rummages in her satchel for Wither's book.
The spell book. Yep. All right, and you see the two words that were written that weren't spells. Komara Blackfire was written on the back of the book or something like that. Remember?
Yep.
So Irame will speak the words aloud first of the name the spellbook belonged to, and then she'll look around, see if anything happens, and then start looking through the book for a spell that's appropriate to her situation, or any language that's appropriate to her situation.
Yeah, I mean, as a sorcerer, I don't think I think the spells in the book are useless to you as a sorcerer, but you speak the words Komara Blackfire, and nothing happens. The mirror seems to deactivate, but nothing else happens.
What do you mean seems to deactivate?
She just gets a sense that the magic of the mirror, at least the entrapment of the mirror, is deactivated.
Does Cappy feel this in any way?
No. So, no, only whoever's holding the book. Or whoever spoke the word.
So Irame will stand and go to look out the mirror again.
As you stand and look out the mirror, you notice when you look down now, you can sort of see this weird perspective of layers below you and above you as you're looking around. Well, not necessarily above you because you're on the top. So yeah, as you look down, it's almost like you're in a jewelry box or something with compartments, you know? So if you're up against the side and look down, you can almost see movement and such below you. Maybe even to the side of you.
Do I feel like I can, if I put my hand forward to touch the glass, does my hand stop on the glass?
Yes. Yeah, you're stuck in there. No way around that.
Should we just decide to break the mirror? Could end off with that cliffhanger.
Wait, I was under the impression this book was going to help us.
I
get
know,
out.
it's not.
You just don't have enough
Something
pieces
happened.
to the puzzle.
Right.
You know, and
I have one last thing, Gunther. I know you weren't interested in these before, but Zavrel's got to reach in and grab the bracers. I was able to find out some information from Papa Zottel. These might help us in finding him out how to get in there, as he's got to hand off the bracers to Gunther.
Do it.
What do you mean? In what way would these bracers help us solve this puzzle? Does he know anything about, like, the
trickster gods?
Yeah.
You were debriefed.
Okay.
I remember Irame was telling you, and you got tired and
yeah,
stopped paying attention to her.
Yeah, you were briefed on all this shit.
Yeah, okay.
The gods that reside in here have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, you see Gunther, like, tenses up, and he's just gives a quizzical look to Zavrel and repeats his question. How would this trickster aid in figuring this puzzle out? You all, three of you, have one of these tricksters co-inhabiting your bodies. And yet, between you have not figured it out.
We were able to find out that there was somebody that could control this through a book. There's just a piece of the puzzle we're missing. I would much rather try this route than break the mirror, and if they are trapped in there, to have my companions trapped forever.
And do you know if there is a way of reversing this cohabitation? Are you bound to this trickster god for the remainder of your days?
I've not tried to get rid of Papa Zottel, but I have seen Kapernicus be released by one that was co-inhabiting him.
He looks over at the mirror, looks over at the bracers. I think I'll need to pray on this. And he takes a knee. Like, I'm almost tempted to roll 50-50, like, see what the prayer's outcome is. I don't know if there's like a... Yeah.
I would say you actually don't hear,
I don't feel the presence.
well, I know spells like commune,
There be no gods here.
return no answer when cast in the tomb. Isn't commune like a commune with your god type deal?
All right. I'm going to roll on the die, see what he decides. Normally, taking the bracers would be completely out of the question.
But we
if he
did
thinks
save your life.
It's not personal. It's just about whether or not he thinks it's the right thing to do. All right. So let's see.
So what's the parameters of the roll?
Evens. He will take the bracer.
Let's see an even.
Should I show you guys?
Yeah.
Wait till next week.
No, I would go through your spiel and then show us afterwards.
Well, I mean, evens is you take the bracers, odds you break the mirror, so either way would be a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll only break the mirror if Zavrel's on board with that. I will. Yeah. Anyway, it was odds.
Ooh.
Gunther,
The mirror
strong.
shatters.
I do not see how communing with this trickster will help us.
Just runs mustache first into the mirror.
Perhaps breaking the mirror is the only way.
Gabby's enjoying some rations.
I don't know. Are you disagreeing with me? Are you stopping me?
I'm disagreeing.
All right. So that was 10 hours into our 24-hour vigil.
There has to be another way other than breaking the mirror.
So Copernicus and Irame trapped within the cells of this magic mirror. Gunther and Zavrel in the floating, annoying skull desperately try to figure out how to free their friends. We'll see you next time on the Natty 19 podcast.
Here's bullshit.
Let my people go.
Will Copernicus and Irame escape their prison in the mirror?
Find out next. I always prefer a burrito to a taco, though, in general.
I like Eddie's
blasphemous.
tacos better than Trailbreak's tacos. Really? Although
There goes our
Trailbreak
other
has
half
a
of
lot
listeners.
There goes the other half of our list.
I couldn't tell if it happened or not.
There it goes again.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have my cord from
Is that
before?
better?
No, you're good.
Is it still
I
happening?
mean, right now
I will
it's fine.
speak.
Does it need to be screwed like mine needed?
Give it a good screwing. This part right here.
It feels fully screwed.
Okay.
Proper fucked.
It's screwed proper.
Fucked proper. All right, we'll just have to keep an eye out. I mean, it was pretty noticeable.
I did just adjust my mic right before I spoke.
I'm gonna have to order a whole new rack of chords.